over the years. But you, the fans, have been my greatest tag team partner because you guys have stuck with me through thick and thin, dudes. You know, I've got a new tag team partner right now. I got Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer that I've teamed up. And in the past, I've had a whole bunch of partners down the line. I've had incredible partners like, ooh, yeah, the Macho Man Randy Savage. I've had giant-sized partners like Andre the Giant. But the greatest partner that the WWE has ever had is the fact tonight we're making history and the WWE is tag teamed up with Netflix, the greatest tag team partner of all time. So what you gonna do when the WWE runs wild on you, maniacs?
Here's the situation with me and Hulk Hogan. It's just, we've been acquaintances at best. Never been best friends, never been friends. Just a business type thing on the television. But sometimes what goes on behind the scenes is stronger than the soap opera on the video scope. And that's what happened with me and Hulk Hogan.
Rest his soul, the Macho Man Randy Savage spoke on it, and his analysis is quite telling in an interview captured by James M. Thomas years ago. And by the way, it wasn't just them. Mick Foley dished on Hogan. So did The Undertaker, Sid Vicious, The Ultimate Warrior, Bret Hitman Hart, to name a few. But back to Savage.
And he disrespected me and my family through the media waves, you know? Yeah. Instead of you having a problem with me, you call me to the side, man to man. We talk about it. We agree to disagree. We have a fight. We have an adult beverage, whatever.
Right.
Man to man.
That's how men do it.
Mano y mano. Okay.
That's how we do it.
That's not the way he does it.
Yeah.
He's a wuss. You see what I'm saying? He goes on the airwaves and he disrespects me. He gives me a shot over the radio, gives me a shot over the TV, he gives me a shot over the internet, here and there, but nothing face to face. Nothing face to face. Nothing face to face.
There's more to the story, as Savage would explain. And hey, just a quick break in the action. You should go subscribe to my new show, The Rick Strom Show. I'm going to be interviewing people from sports, music, journalists, authors, sports doctors. It's going to be fantastic. Please go subscribe. Thank you.
So I challenged them 2 years ago to all the money, all the proceeds, all the pay-per-view revenue, all the merchandising. You know what I'm talking about, Gorgeous George?
Right,
everything going to the charity, the Children's Hospital. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with the Children's Hospital? What's wrong with supporting the Children's Hospital? He's done well in this business. I've done well in this business. I'm talking about giving back. And then calling him in the ring, and we have the first real fight in professional wrestling. What's wrong with that, Hulk Hogan? What's wrong with that, you coward?
Let's pause here. The reports would read as follows. In December of 2001, Macho Man Randy Savage was in the news. He would challenge Hulk Hogan to a charity boxing match to benefit a children's hospital in Florida, St. Petersburg to be exact. They had a dysfunctional relationship, though at first it was not dysfunctional at all. Randy would evidently never forgive Hulk Hogan for allegedly helping, along with his then wife Linda, to harbor Savage's ex-wife Elizabeth Hulett, or aka Miss Elizabeth, when she left him many years ago. And by the way, they had allegedly set this up, at least spoken with different networks, HBO, Showtime, about doing a pay-per-view, though many felt conspicuous about this actually going down. On another note, many wrestlers did donate money to Macho Man's cause. So there is that. Though Savage, of course, was not alone in his criticisms.
And that's really one part of the problem that Terry has. He never had room in his heart or mind to believe that people were fans of the other characters, other than Hulk Hogan. I know you. And you know I know you. You know that I know the real you. You know that I know that when you think about the wrestling world, in your mind, there was only room for Terry Bollea and nobody else. On the other hand, you have a long-running reputation for being a liar and a fraud and a phony.
Warrior dishes on Hogan as well. And they also had a very complicated relationship where Hogan went on the record saying that Warrior was a one-trick pony. And he only, according to this post, he only could wow the crowds with what he did prior to going into the ring with the ropes. Not awesome, obviously. And then there was a story that Sid Vicious told that I transcribed, and I believe it is potentially copyright infringement, so I'm just going to read what I transcribed from that interview. He would go on to say, this is a true story for whatever reason that happened. And I'll leave a link in the description box below for all of you if you want to go check this out. And it's via the Hannibal TV. One reason it all went down the way it did, he says, was Hogan's run was over, and it wasn't that I was any better than him. It's just I was a new face then. Vicious would go on to say, you know what? Actually, I am and was better than him. So when they swerved him like that, they thought they were going to start booing me. In New York, they didn't boo me. That's how it works. So Hogan came back, and I'm not kidding you. I'm not trying to be mean to him or anyone. He is putting on his quote like a woman, and he's screaming in the back going, Vince, you MFer. Like Vince planned for him to get booed. And so this and that, and I just went into Vince's office. I said, this is Vicious telling the story. Vince, I can't work in a place where a grown man acts like this. So I had my hand to Vince. I said, I'm going home. I'm done. I said, because everything you told me has been a lie. Not a lie, just hasn't come true. And I've lost a lot of money being here, so I'm letting you know I am done. Pro Wrestling Inc. This occurred in 1992 after the Royal Rumble. Sid would go on to say, that time wasn't any fun. But I think there's a theme here for many people to lead as a main takeaway, and it is this. Hulk Hogan wanted professional wrestling to be about him, according to his competitors / coworkers, who were also big names at the time. And it seems clear even now that the diehards who pay attention to this stuff and have seen this stuff throughout the years booed Hulk Hogan, whether it was in person in LA in their Netflix debut when Hogan announced that he was partnering with the WWE for real American beer. And as we've covered previously, check it out on demand, there are some suspicious people who have shown up to those promotions that they have put on throughout the country, and even some comedians named Robbie Roadsteamer, who you should check out as well on demand. But the diehards know all of this because they keep tabs. They pay attention to this stuff. And to couple that with what Mark Henry said, how after the N-word tape and lawsuit came out, he reached out to Hogan to try and just help him rehabilitate himself. He wanted no part of it, didn't do any of the work. When it comes to him using a racial slur multiple times, as we learned in the Gawker lawsuit, to him backstabbing Jesse the Body Ventura, who says, I thought Hogan was a friend, in a Graham Bensinger interview because Ventura tried to unionize the fighters and Hogan ratted him out to Vince, and much, much more. It shows that there is just a theme here, a constant throughout time since Hulk Hogan has been in professional wrestling, and it is that he is just a bad guy. He's not a heel, per se. He's just a bad human being, and he doesn't care about anybody but himself. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports, and or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.